欢迎收看 DSL 10大精彩瞬间。第10名，阿斯塔斯急功冒进，敌神神级大招团灭对手。 第9名，敌进我退，只为寻找战机。EDT 塞拉完成致命反击。第8名，猛犸有大招，走位需谨慎。第7名，牧师告诉你什么叫冷静。 黑鸟告诉你什么叫智商压制。第6名，月如的船长让外国友人明白了一句谚语：阴沟里翻船。第5名，又是月如，又是外国友人。这次轮到橘子众人被戏耍，戴顿一波被团灭，只能说演得漂亮。第4名，大 B 神此次暴走不仅是 DSL 联赛至今的唯一一次暴走，更让粉丝们明白飞机打得好 ，carry 玩到老。 第3名，蹲神 net 忠诚正果，牧师收割水到渠成。
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to our deciding, well, potentially deciding, I should say, game number 3, DK versus Tongfu. It's a best of 5. DK will have to win 3 in a row if they hope to come back. As for Tongfu, they are in a much better situation here. 2-0, they started off this series, and DK has looked rather weak, to put it mildly. I'm LD Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here today by Brax from LGD International. Brax, what's up, buddy?
I'm hungry, LD. I'm hungry for more games.
Hungry for some awesome Dota?
Yeah, and food.
You sound glum.
I haven't eaten.
You also sound hungry. How appropriate. In game 1 and 2, Tongfu just crushed the laning stage and snowballed from there. Brax, if you're in Tongfu or DK's shoes right now, how do you respond to that? What should their game plan be going into game 3?
I don't really know. I'm wondering if they're going to play standard like they did the other 2 games, if they're really going to try something different this time.
Of course, it's the time to do it, right? Your back's against the wall. You're about to be knocked out of the grand finals and finish 2nd place. DK is generally a very somewhat predictable team, not known particularly for being innovative or doing unusual things, but if there was ever a time for them to take a gamble, it would feel like this has to be it.
Right, exactly. They always just play standard, and I'm looking for some Spirit Breaker or something. I want something exciting.
The Space Cow, as Bruno likes to call him.
Yeah. He's a real hero, by the way. He's not just a pub stomper. He is scary.
Yeah, he's got 700 health and I think it's 6 base armor at level 1. That hero is ridiculous. I don't know if it's 6 armor, actually. I know it's 700 HP and change, though. He is very tanky.
10 seconds.
And
Alright, so Tongfu started with Visage, so usually this is a hero you pick when you want to secure a safe lane, or you want to fight. Just fight in general with a tri-lane.
And DK respond with an Alchemist Lifestealer. So they get 2 melee farmers. Lifestealer, both of them fairly strong in the laning stage. Alchemist has a lot of burst. Lifestealer, very hard to kill, but this is a pretty greedy opening from DK, I have to say.
I mean, it seems greedy if you assume Alchemist is a farmer, but he can also always play support too.
That's true. He can also go solo mid, which we've seen Super's done a few times. You rush the mech, sometimes you get a medallion. And they are on the dire side, so if they get ahead, they could go look towards Roche very early.
Yeah. We usually see it as like a safe lane farmer, or assume it to be that, so... You know, it does look greedy, but it can really play anything, just like Naga Siren. Naga Siren can go mid or safe lane or anywhere pretty much. Same thing.
Yeah, Tongfu not really tipping their hand too much with their lanes here. Could defensive tri-lane, could aggressive tri-lane, could run Naga solo mid. We've seen that a lot, or not a lot, but we've definitely seen it. You max Riptide early, it's got a 10-second cooldown, very easy to farm, and you get early access to Song of the Siren, so their options are also wide open. I mean, the obvious expectation is a tri-lane with those two because they just synergize so well, but doesn't have to be.
Yeah, Naga's really good against Nakes too. You can always keep him locked down in fights.
Yeah, or you can sleep his team and then just try and kill him while they're slept.
Yeah, that's great too.
That really hurt. That really sucks if your lifesteal. It's like, well, shouldn't have raged, shouldn't have used my best ability. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what they go for. For DK, obviously they'll need at least 1 or 2 supports here. It could be a support alk, could be a solo mid alk. Lifestealer will be one of their farmers. We know that much for sure. And if you're DK now, you've gone for alk, you've gone for Lifestealer, and you see that Tongfu is wanting to run a very strong tri-lane Brax. What's the correct response to this? What should DK look to do?
You know, I think DK can actually handle their safe lane as long as Nyx is there with two, not too greedy supports. As long as they're strong enough to fight, they'll be okay.
And they'll go for
If they
Windrunner.
go aggressive again.
Oh, they'll go for a Windrunner ban, which does, in a sense, shore up that tri-lane because it removes one of the best heroes to go aggressive against the Lifestealer. So I like that ban a lot.
It's just they need the right heroes to deal with Song of the Siren, you know? Sometimes there's a game where Naga can just sleep initiate and you just already know you lost because you can't fight. You don't have any team fight abilities or BKBs or whatever. But it's picked early so they can pick stuff against it, I guess.
Yeah, they know what Tongfu's going for, at least in that regard. We've seen Batrider and Puck, those strong solos, be prioritized by both teams. I do want to point out Puck is still in the pool. Something that maybe DK would go for, the silence is big against Naga. If you can burst her before she songs, then the fight really does turn in your favor. And Tongfu, I think very smartly, will ban the Puck.
This ban right here tells quite a bit. The ban DK's about to make.
What do you go for here if you're DK? What do you think they should ban?
They want to ban something, so... Well, depending on what they want, they need to ban something that's like counters their game style, I guess. If they want to protect the Nyx, they would ban a hero that's good against Nyx, like Razor or Weaver or Naga, which are all in the game except for one hero.
Right.
But it really depends what they want to show here, because this ban is like a free ban. It's like a third ban, basically. You eliminate 3 heroes from them, because you take 2 bans and then the next pick immediately afterwards.
Yeah, this is, like you said, you effectively get to deny your opponents 3 heroes over the course of these 2 bans and your next pick. And also, well, you've seen what Tongfu wants to do a bit with the laning stage. Visage, Naga, not really that great of a dual lane combo, so they most likely do want to run some sort of tri-lane with these picks. But we'll see where they go. DK, banning out DK. Oh, that's not cool. That's some self-loathing there. I think DK needs a psychologist, but they'll get rid of their namesake and a hero that we've seen on and off. Something that Mu has played quite a bit mid, but won't be in this game.
You know, it looks like they didn't really know what to do with this pick here, because usually if you this is the pick you focus on when you're second pick here, because you can really get away with some cheesy things. It's like last pick when you're the very last pick for the first pick team.
Would they?
You have like a.
I wonder if they.
I was gonna say you have like
a
free pick here. Maybe.
They don't have a vehicle for the lifesteal yet. I guess it's probably a mid alk, but it could be an offlane lifestealer, a safe lane alk +2, and then that would free up the mid lane if they want to go for Storm. I do feel DK is lacking a way to get the lifestealer into the fights right now, and I imagine at some point they'll look to address that.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Storm would be pretty good actually. Puck's already out of the pool.
They'll go Enchantress, so they'll get QQQ's jungler, and that's definitely a diversion from what we saw in the first 2 games, which was only heroes that could lane. But this game, they open up their draft a bit, and they go for the Enchantress.
Okay, this is actually pretty smart because Tongfu focuses so heavily on laning. With Enchantress, you can make a lot of space for your lanes without losing out on too much.
I've talked to Winter a lot about Visage and how strong the hero is, and he said that he feels the junglers, Enchantress and Chen, are like the #1 way to deal with Visage, because you can just pressure that lane so much and deny his level 6. So it seems like DK might have the same idea in mind.
It really is. There's nothing he can do against the creep.
You can grave chill it.
Well, I mean, you could, but do you want it? Razor. Okay. See,
Wow.
that DK ban probably should have been a Razor ban if they wanted Nyx as a 1 farmer.
Well, yeah, I guess it's still up for debate if it'll be a 1 farmer, but either way, Alchemist or Lifestealer, these heroes are not that great against Razor. At least not in the early to mid game. If they get farmed enough, sure, but this is very aggressive from Tongfu. A flavor of Zenith. A taste, at least.
The Razor's just pretty much a hard counter to the Nyx. Like, no matter how farmed this Nyx is, he's never going to be able to stop, stop himself from getting linked by Razor.
And now
He'll always lose
DK,
out on that.
well, they'll tip their hands here. Now they've gone for the Magnus. That's 3 melee farmers for them. 3 melee heroes against a Naga Siren, against a Razor, against a Visage. Heroes that I think are generally quite good against melees. Riptide's great. Net is obviously fantastic. Song can help you to set up some AoE follow-up, and Razor, obviously. And Tongfu get a bit of a melee counter here, I feel, in the Enigma.
3 melees versus Enigma and Naga. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, this is going to hurt. And Tongfu, strong lanes for them still, if they want to run Enigma as a solo especially, but Well, Rex, how do you think they're going to play this from here? Is it a jungle Enigma? Is it an aggressive tri-lane? What is the game plan for Tongfu?
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, with the Razor, you'd think that they want to fight directly against the Lifestealer, but there's an Enchantress too, so I don't know. They could offensive and then try to keep tabs on Enchantress with having Enigma in the safe lane. And then another hero mid.
Well, it's game 3 for DK. They're down 2-0. So if they lose this game, they lose. They'll be second place in the Dota 2 Super League. Time for DK to put all their chips on the table. The final pick is now out. Sandking and Rubik will be your last two bans. DK sitting on an Alchemist, Lifestealer, Enchantress, Magnus right now. Looking most likely for that second support. Brax, you did mention Alk can play support, but running support Alk and getting another farmer when you already have Mag and Lifestealer seems awful greedy to me.
Yeah, it is. If Tongfu places their lanes as a aggressive tri-lane, that means they really want to focus on shutting the Nakes down, but they can lose this lane easily if Enchantress comes with creeps and just babysits the lane the whole time. So it's more of like creating space for Enigma to farm up than actually shutting Nakes down.
And now they'll get a Queen of Pain here, so, well, you look at Tongfu's draft, and very long-range initiation, great potential wombo combo. Slit Song into Black Hole, into Visage Stuns, into Riptide, into Plasma Field, into Queen of Pain ult. Oh boy, if they hit that combo, DK are going to be in a lot of trouble, but we'll see how aggressive Tongfu look to play, especially in the laning stage. It's King J playing the Enigma. Normally he's one of their solo players, so it looks to me like an aggressive tri-lane Razor, a solo safe lane Enigma, and a solo mid Queen of Pain. Could be a jungle Enigma if they want to just abandon the off lane, but I feel like it'd be silly to against DK's lineup.
Enigma could be mid too.
That's true.
He's pretty safe mid lane.
I imagine they want to get the Enigma 1v1 against Magnus. Is that your goal if you're Tongfu?
It doesn't matter too much against any hero in this game is fine 1v1, like one-on-one. The bigger issue is not dying to Enchantress. So if Quap's on the safe lane, then she won't die to Enchantress gank at all. So there's no chance of snowballing that lane. And mid lane's a little harder to gank. It'll be closer to his tower all the time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this rodeo on the road. DK on the dire side, Burning going to be on the Alchemist. That makes it a very one-position Alchemist. Nearly a zero position, because that's how much farm Bernie wants to get. Super, handling your Mag. Going towards the mid lane, needs to pull out the big plays this game. QQQ, your jungle Enchantress, like you said, Brax. A lot of pressure on him to win this laning stage for his team. RTK heads bottom as the Lifestealer, but I imagine he'll end up in the safe lane. Die, going to be playing that Shadow Demon. For the time being, DK, 5 heroes grouped up, heading towards the Radiant jungle as the Dire team. Tongfu, they lead 2-0 in this best of 5, and they want to close the deal and slam the door on DK right now. Game 3 now underway. Banana, the Naga Siren. Mu, the Queen of Pain. King J handling your Enigma. Song Shung, the Visage. And last but not least, it'll be Hao on the surprise pick here, the Razor. So, what do you think of these?
What do you think about the, well, I don't know, because I don't know where they're going to be placed yet, but what do you think of the support Naga? I mean, this hero is so solid all around, I don't see really any weaknesses besides low base damage. But then you get around that by playing as a support hero, so...
Yeah, because, I mean, the thing is, even when you saw Naga picked at the International 2, right, she was always as kind of a utility, like, 2 position. At least with the Chinese teams. They'd always run her with a Morphling, an anti-mage, well, Morphling more commonly, because you could go solo mid, but someone else does a lot of damage. And Naga still offers you nearly all of that utility as a support, so, like you said, I don't...
It was never this, like, a solo carry, like AM or anything.
Yeah, it was always like a dual core carry.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And so I think it works very well this game, actually.
Okay, so DK mixed up their lanes a little bit here. They want to get the most out of this. They predicted an aggressive tri-lane, so they try to dodge. This is good by them.
That's good by them. However, they do have a Queen of Pain versus Mag mid. Super rushing the bottle. He'll have it very soon, but this is a very tough matchup for Magnus. I'd say probably the single hardest one, but definitely up there. One of his most difficult opponents in the Queen of Pain.
It is bad, but if you think about it, Mag doesn't need anywhere near as much farm as Quap to be useful in this game. So it really isn't that bad if you think about it like that.
As long as he doesn't die. That'll be the important thing here for Super. Only level 1. Mu might try to dive him with this creep wave, so he'll have to be careful. Shadow Strike available. He'll throw it now. There is Shockwave taken at level 1. Just hits level 2. Oh, he forces out the skewer from Super. If he didn't hit level 2 right there, that would have been first blood, but he'll barely escape.
Middle tower is under attack.
And a close call for
he's
him.
in some trouble.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. Tongfu running this aggressive tri-lane. Something that ROTK will struggle to farm against. The good news, though, is Well, they do have a free farm Alchemist for burning. Already 7-2. No points yet in Grievel's Greed. Debating if he wants to level it up.
You just got it.
It's burning. Was there really any question? Was there ever a question?
He wants to get gear, man. That's how you get gear.
Gotta get them loots. He'll start to work on it now.
Alright, so... Okay, so they're pushing this tower really early. They
They
want to break up Tongfu's laning stage as much as possible early by making them rotate heroes. Because if one hero comes down, then the Lifesteal has a lot more room to farm now. Because he can take these two heroes without, you know, worrying about dying too much.
Yeah, this seems smart to me because there's just nothing an Enigma can do to stop this push. Not against the Enchantress. If he's in the lane, he's giving up first blood. So they're taking advantage of that. They'll take an early tier 1, and that'll mean fast boots for your Shadow Demon, for your Enchantress. And then they can go try to set up some kills mid. Or even in the jungle. And it also... Oh, actually we're going to see TPN. They want to defend this tower. Banana, your support Naga's going to rotate. And now QQQ could be in trouble. KJ looking for a Malefice. The new and improved Malefice.
He doesn't have Malefice.
Oh, wow. He's got Midnight Pulse?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for this, or is this a miss skill?
I think it's a miss skill.
Okay. I was going to say, that's some next level Enigma play. Wasn't sure if I was missing something, though.
Maybe it clears waves faster than we think? I don't know.
Yeah. It's 3% damage per second, so yeah. Not so sure about that. Didn't even use it to kill any trees as far as I can tell. So, yeah, I'm really not sure. But now, Burning still farming this bottom lane. They do in the end hold on to the tower. Mid lane, Moo's gone in on Super. Takes him low, but doesn't kill him off. And now we'll see DK, this Dire squad, scores 0-0 3 minutes in. Rotate into their own jungle. Might go for a smoke gank soon. They've got one up on Die. QQQ, no boots yet, though. They'll pop the smoke. They'll head top now. And Hao is really bullying ROCK. 17-3.
Yeah, this is not an easy lane for Nakes at all.
Yeah, it seems
but he's
like
got support coming right now.
It seems like a great lane as long as he doesn't get ganked. And Hao, look at those Spidey senses tingling. He'll back off just in time. Good map sense for him.
Yeah.
It really sucks to be a support of DK right now. It looks like you might get first blood and then foiled by Hao. And he's playing defensively. DK still smoked up, but the smoke will be broken. Hao on the high ground.
Oh, he scattered him now too.
Perfect. And he's looking for that 4-minute rune, and they're scared. They're gonna back off. Meanwhile, mid lane, Super is Mu is going in on Super. Continues to auto attack. He's got a blink. Doesn't want to commit just yet. No mana for a scream. Now, a magic stick as well as a bottle. The rune has spawned bottom. It's an invis rune. And it will go to Tongfu. In fact, Mu's jumping back in. He's going to find Super. First blood and a prize for Jimmy Chung. Congratulations, Jimmy. But, wow. Mu just played Super so hard there.
Yeah, he had no idea the bottle was coming in right there.
Did he actually? I think he saw it, though, because Super was in the river when it got delivered. It's daytime.
Because he wasn't paying attention then.
Yeah. Well, Burning on the run now. He'll get netted up bottom lane. They could end up losing another. TP comes forth, but Burning's low. A Soul Assumption, and down he'll go. A level 4 mag. 2 TPs, in fact. Lifestealer coming in. 4 heroes descending on this bottom lane, and they're not going to get a single hero. DK with a massive overcommitment and a late one at that. Unable to find a single kill. Now Hal going to get free farm top lane. Everything looking good for Tongfu. Gold, experience. They lead by over 1,000 in all counts. They've killed Burning. They slowed down the mag mid. And this is about as bad of a start as you can possibly get if you're DK.
It looks similar to all the other games, doesn't it?
Is there something wrong? Like, is there something in the water at the DK training house? They seem awful lost the past couple of games.
Yeah. They just seem to lose the laning phase way too hard to do anything.
QQQ's gone in top lane, but Hao has plus 90 damage. Yeah, good luck ganking that. Especially with the Hellbear.
That's the wrong Ursa.
That ain't gonna happen. Mid lane, they have found Mu, but he's low. He's not dead yet. He will go down. That was a desperately needed kill. Mu, well, unable to blink away in time. I believe he may have used it to jump in there. Or just choosing not to use it. And now a Soul Rain for Enigma. Boots, Reina Basilius, and a Soul Rain. King J getting close to level 5. He's actually our lead farmer in terms of net worth this game. Just an assist to his name, but it seems to me like Tongfu are getting a bit more out of this laning stage. Offlane Razor already level 5. They're actually gonna, looks like they might rotate the lanes here though. Hal's rotated bottom. Hiding in the tree line is Banana. And RTK desperately wants to come. In fact, musical lanes for both teams, as RTK is also rotated bottom. Now Burning's gonna get the safe lane farm.
Now the Alk has some window to farm up. It's not a huge window, but something.
So if you're Tongfu, I guess they just felt Hao was too likely to get ganked top. Had no wards and too vulnerable to Enchantress gank, so I imagine that's why they moved him off the lane, but...
ROTK is going
Oh no. ROTK. The second that I look away, he gets caught. Down he goes.
I had my eyes on him.
Thanks, Brex.
Dyer's bottom
Appreciate the
tower
backup.
is under attack.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dyer's
I have to watch
structures
my
are
favorite player.
fortified.
Yeah. Gotta keep your eyes firmly peeled on RTK. Meanwhile, mid lane, we might have an engagement here. Move, Shadow Striking Super. In comes King J. Create some conversions. Not gonna commit just yet. DK, 3 heroes must
Radiant's
grouped up top. They'll take a tier 1. Remember, they did a lot of damage to the tier 1 bottom as well, so DK still finding some important tower gold. The tier 1 bottom will fall for Tongfu. Hao's gonna claim it. Now up to another 700. Brex, as we head towards the mid game, if you're DK right now, you're down, but you're certainly not out. You trail by 1,500 gold, 1,000 experience, and you do have Burning as Alchemist. So in theory, if he gets some space, he can farm. What's the game plan for DK? What are some key things they should be doing to try and stay in this?
You know, right now I don't think it's too bad for them. They just traded 1 tower, and I know it doesn't seem like anyone comes out ahead on that, but it does give him more space on this map to farm. Hao's getting ganked right now.
Yeah, they're going on Hao bottom lane. He's been skewered back, but he's stolen a lot of damage first. Now the RP gets deployed. The Infest and then pop back out from RTK. He's going to live. That's a Razor down. Soul Assumption comes through. Die gets sniped on the way out. Visage Dota. Visage freaking Dota. And they're jumping in. Moo's going back in on RTK, gets netted. And I think he's going to fall. Only a level 2 Rage. It's not lasting for much longer. Riptide's there, and Tongfu get 2 at the cost of an RP. And they're not done yet. They'll maybe look to go on Burning here. Never mind that. I heard a TP, but just 1 hero retreating to base. And now Hao comes top. Oh, they've got Black Hole. Burning. He's got to be careful here. Malefice, Black Hole. King J's looking. No, Burning's charging a stun. Oh, he's been baited. He's been caught. Maybe it's King J who's gotten baited. No Black Hole yet. No mana at this point to use one. Now Hao on the chase. Burning on the run. There's your plasma field, and he's going to go down while that was happening. Simultaneously move. Finding a kill on Super. Our score now 7-2. 8.5 minutes in. Tongfu leading by a healthy 2,500 gold and 2,500 experience. And they still haven't actually even used Black Hole.
They're just so pressured in every lane. Like, what lane can they actually go to farm right now on any of their heroes? Nix has to run from Razor every time. Alchemist can't stay versus him either.
Yeah, it's like
Seems like there's nowhere to go.
It's like you said, Tongfu really prioritizes having strong lanes, and DK seems to just prioritize having like a strong lineup for the mid game or the late game. But Tongfu's been exploiting that in all 3 games so far, and game 3 no different.
Yeah, they just seem to win this laning stage so hard that it doesn't matter how much better your late game is. You know,
you got to get there first.
Then what's the point? Exactly.
And even if they get there in terms of time, will they get there in terms of farm? That's the other question, because the 3 lead farmers are all on Tongfu right now. We're going to see Moo now with 1,300 gold. We'll see what he goes for. It could be an Orchid. Would be great against the Magnus. Maybe a BKB. We'll have to wait and see, but he's getting a lot of farm. Enigma, Ogre Club up. King J is going to rush a Black King Bard from the looks of things. And last but not least, it's your Razor. Sitting at 3,200 net worth for Hao. They're against an Alchemist, and the Alchemist is not farming a single hero. And Hao's lurking at the secret shop. He's found RTK, who does have Rage, and will be able to run away for the time being. There's your Alchemist stun coming through. Plasma Field will bounce. Not going to find a kill just yet. RTK open wounds. Hao is overextended. Now he'll go for a TP out, but gets disrupted. A 4-hero reaction. They all descend top, and Hao will pay for his insolence. Giving away a kill. Has no wards, just a little bit too aggressive in that top lane.
That was such a needed kill right there.
The one thing is, every time they get a kill, it's like 3 or 4 heroes. Whereas when Tongfu get them, they don't have to invest as much. But they, like you said, a much needed kill nonetheless.